just a few minutes, we've got State of Grace as well.
Yeah, very similar film.
Oh yeah,
Somewhat the sequel.
I'm still waiting for that phone call. What's up with that?
It'll come.
Does anybody have questions?
It'll come.
Yes, you said.
The movie, like, visually, it was really complex. Like, when you worked with Sonnenfeld, was that something you were planning? Like, obviously, you had to plan a lot just to get those shots set up. Was it something that were you like storyboarding with him beforehand, or was it kind of like you saw the high school and possibilities started coming to you?
Yeah, I shot listed the whole movie in advance before even working with Barry. I do that in all my movies. I work out all the shots in advance before I even get there.
That's a rare breed.
Yeah, so the whole movie was, every shot was designed and shot listed, and then I would explain what I was after to Barry, and then he and I would improve it obviously together. But every shot is all worked out before I make the film. So that's why I didn't storyboard. We storyboarded the fight because we had to shoot it completely out of order. That fight was shot because of the extras. I had to do all the wide shots at once, and then we did all the kind of so we had, like, you know, one day at 500 extras, and the next then 200, then 100, then 50. So every single punch and everything was done completely out of order based on extras. So it was shot over about, I think, 3, 4, 5 day period, something like that. Well, it wasn't 33 days.
I thought it was like a fifth of the amount of time that we spent on the time.
Yeah, it was a lot of setups. It was a couple hundred setups, but completely out of order. So that was boarded, so that way, you know, we could shoot it out of order.
I remember when we were talking about the fight. I said, well, what do you see? He goes, did you see Raging Bull? You know?
Well, yeah.
Because he had the power of the punch, you know?
Yeah.
And it really came through. I still have a problem with the guy up against Buddy Revell by the van. What are they dancing over there?
I know, that was funny.
Come on.
I know.
Too much. Get rid of that guy.
Cut it, I know. Could have used a little trimming. But yes, I know what you mean. You would have taken him down awfully fast. You were very generous to him, Richard.
Not me. It was a character. Oh, and you know, anger management?
Yeah.
Buddy Rydell.
Oh,
Jack Nicholson played Buddy. They've got the silhouette up there in Yankee Stadium. If you look at that movie, Anger Management, it is 3 o'clock high. And, you know, and it's all about a girl not
Sandler and
graduating.
Nicholson ripping us off again.
It's a good idea. That's a good
Suckers. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of both of these movies. I've seen both of them tremendous amount of time, and obviously music is really important to you, and Tangerine Dream wound up being perfect for this. And Ennio Morricone for State of Grace, I mean, it's perfect for that one.
You're pretty resistant to that, right? They tried to shove that in your throat, you're like...
Yeah. Do I have to take Ennio?
Yeah. I mean, was that your idea for these, for both of the composers?
Yeah. You know, it's probably my favorite part, aside from shooting, the actual shooting process and on the set, is working with the composer. It's the most amazing, magical, incredible, and you just watch your movie come to life. That's really where the movie becomes a movie for me. You know, because everything, that's where it really creates its own. I don't know. There's something about the leap it takes from your cut to when you get the score on it. That's the score for the movie, not the temp score and the. You know, that it's incredible. So Ennio was, we scored that in Rome. We scored State of Grace in Rome for about 6 weeks.
What was it like to work with him?
He's unbelievable. He's larger than life. He's everything you would imagine. I mean, he's just larger than life. You know, he's kind of the maestro. And but it was very collaborative. What's actually interesting is, you know, you sat in his home at the piano and went cue by cue with him playing on the piano. So we really got to collaborate. Like, and he played me. Three. I remember he's like, first time I sat down in his home, he played theme. He goes, "Thema numero uno." And he plays, and he's like, "Theme numero due." And he plays like 8 bars, but like the basic theme, you know.
And when you heard it, you knew exactly?
No, it's actually in his theme, and you know, theme. You know, he plays the third one, and I remember. This is gonna sound horrible, but the thing about it, I had heard about, like, if you get the great work out, because a lot of people, I talked to people and it's like, you gotta kind of push him, because he's so great. Everyone knows he's so great. People just take, here it is, you know, take it. And he played, and I was like, And he's like, so you're supposed to pick, which theme out of the 3, and I was like, no, none. And he was like, yeah.
You turn me down?
I'm like, no. And he's like, oh. And so so we talked, and he's looking at me like, who the fuck are you? Are you kidding me, you little pipsqueak? But I had my reasons. It wasn't just to play a game. And anyway, we started talking, and then he actually it was funny, he got even more excited because and we used parts of what he had done. It wasn't a complete rejection.
No thanks.
Yeah. But it was, and from there, actually, from that moment on, it was a great collaboration. And then he just took off and pushed it. So it was kind of but I remember I was so scared, I thought he was going to kick me out of his house.
It's always better to ask for what you want, though.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, it was just funny. It's funny how music, it's like it speaks to you so powerfully that you kind of know when it hits exactly. It's a weird.
It's the most emotional medium.
Exactly. Oh, by far,
Right.
completely. Yeah.
What do you say?
It's the most emotional, music. When you play it, it just kind of strikes an emotional chord with you. You kind of can't even help it. It's almost universal. I went to see Radiohead, and every single person in the place was feeling exactly the same thing. For different reasons, but feeling the same thing.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable experience. And we ended up really having a great time together. But, so it was,
I saw somebody. Yes?
I got to say, I love your film Entropy.
Oh, thanks.
And was there anything cut out of 3 o'clock high that fell on the cutting floor?
That's pretty much the script. It really is. There's, little trims here and there, but there's no sequences or scenes. That's pretty much as
Buddy's love scene with the cheerleader.
Yeah. Well, now that was.
Why'd you lose that?
Yeah.
Speaking of love scenes, man, Casey got kissed all over this movie.
I know. That kiss that goes on for 18 minutes. The thing is about that is I remember tonight that always drove me crazy. I didn't do coverage of it. There's a lot of stuff in this movie with no coverage, where we just shoot that walk and talk. That when we first do at the very beginning of the movie, we do long walk and talks.
I thought that was all on purpose.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it was because it was. First of all, it was fast. It was faster to do it that way. But second, I
got one try, guys. One try.
I like the idea of the long take, but that kiss, I kind of wished I had done something really short.
It's circular.
It is circular, but it's kind of.
There's so much just spinning and rotation in the movie, and that's just one more thing. And plus, it starts on her, and then it kind of brings it around. So you see her at the beginning, and then you see her transformed.
You see her. Yeah, it's supposed to be like he's got this super power that day. With women, it's like something about him. He's. If any woman that comes into contact with him, he's irresistible.
I kept wishing I'd run into that English teacher.
I know.
I give a pretty good booker for him. Oh, Julia.
Did any 3 of you have a Buddy Revell type person in your high school that you were afraid of?
Everybody can name their Buddy Revell in high school. I was president of the student council. I wasn't Buddy Revell. We had Burl McCain. You don't fuck with that guy. Burl McCain. He drove the bus for the baseball team. He's you can name your Buddy Revell in your high school. There was one family or one.
The kid that gave me 2 black eyes was Chris Whitbeck.
Yeah.
Chris Whitbeck. He got me in a headlock between his legs and had me right there. I ended up between the guy's legs on the ground. I gave out 2 black eyes. 2. Yeah, that was my.
I got my ass kicked multiple times by multiple people. To a failing source, it was just kind of a constant barrage.